efforts are underway to save the most vulnerable children. The Palestinian Red Crescent Society confirming the transfer of dozens of premature babies from Al-Shifa Hospital to Egyptian medics at the Rafah border crossing, doing everything it can to get those babies the medical help that they need. This is all happening as Gaza's main hospital remains under siege. The IDF says it has now uncovered a tunnel underneath that facility while releasing this new video. It says shows 2 hostages being taken into Al-Shifa Hospital, claiming it's solid proof that Hamas used the medical complex as a command post. Our chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman, is there.
Negotiators are closing in on an agreement with Hamas to release 50 hostages in exchange for a 5-day ceasefire in Israel, allowing more aid into Gaza, according to U.S. and Israeli officials. The number of hostages to be released and the length of the ceasefire that would be imposed are still being negotiated.
Some of the issues that were at odds have now been closed out, but we are not finished.
In Israel, a series of marches and protests over the weekend demanding the government push harder for a deal.
They've come together just now because they are demanding the ouster of the Israeli government.
This is the Israeli military releasing what they're saying is surveillance video showing gunmen bringing 2 hostages inside Al-Shifa Hospital. In one of the videos, timestamped from the morning of Hamas's October 7th rampage into Israel, you can see multiple gunmen forcing a man into the building right past reception. Another video shows a wounded hostage being wheeled into the hospital by men with AK-47s. Now, in their 6th day there, Israel releasing drone footage, which they say shows the inside of a Hamas tunnel 30 feet underground. At the end of it, that sophisticated steel blast door.
People are waiting to see some sort of evidence of an actual command post.
This is going to take time. Finding that shaft, it was under the Nukba vehicle, one of these pickup trucks. And now we've opened the blast door, now we're looking behind that.
The Israeli military justifying its controversial search of Al-Shifa by saying there is a Hamas command post beneath it, which Hamas denies. Hundreds of patients and other civilians fleeing Al-Shifa, saying Israel ordered them to evacuate. Israel saying the hospital requested their assistance with evacuations. 31 premature infants taken to a hospital in southern Gaza, clinging to life. Doctors there working to stabilize them. Incubators at Al-Shifa losing power over a week ago. And after 6 weeks of continuous bombardments, many of the buildings in Gaza have been leveled. The growing number of wounded brought to hospitals already overflowing. An estimated 1.5 million are displaced, and thousands continue to stream southward past the ruins toward safety.
And our Matt Gutman joins us now from Tel Aviv. So, Matt, let me just start with what's happening behind you.
Kira, outside the military headquarters here in Israel, and dozens and dozens of the family members of the hostages have just gone inside for the first time to meet Israel's prime minister and the war cabinet. They're going to get some sort of update. People are still trying to get in. There's a bit of a bottleneck, and obviously they are extremely upset right now. They want this current deal to go through. They are pushing very hard for it. They're pushing for Israel to release all of the prisoners, the Palestinian prisoners that it's holding at this point, in exchange for all of the 236 hostages that are believed to be in Gaza right now. So it's a pretty tense moment here outside Israel's military headquarters.
All right, so while we monitor clearly what's happening there around you, can we just get back to Al-Shifa, where you put together that report with the latest on all the new video that the IDF has brought forward, also this effort to evacuate all the preemies and other patients. What more can you tell us specifically about the babies, Matt?
We understand that 28 of those preemies who were taken out of their incubators in Al-Shifa last week and put on this bed in a warm room because the electricity ran out, there was nowhere else to put them. They are okay. The vast majority of them have been transferred from northern Gaza to the south through the Rafah border crossing into Egypt. A number of them were in serious condition. They were actually flown to Cairo to a hospital there, but we understand most of them are safe and sound and are now getting the kind of treatment they actually need as premature infants, Kira.
Oh, and just looking at the video, it's heart-wrenching, Matt. It really is. And then WHO is now describing this hospital as a death zone. Really strong words there. You've got Israeli troops that are continuing the raids within the complex in that area. What more can you tell us about this tunnel that the IDF said it discovered underneath the Al-Shifa hospital?
I think it's important to clarify that when they said death zone, what they meant is not so much that there was intense fighting in the hospital grounds themselves, which apparently there were not. It's the deprivation that patients and staff in the hospital underwent for weeks and weeks. No water, no fuel, no electricity, and that caused many patients there to die. We now understand that Israel has put out this video showing a tunnel. It's about 55 to 60 yards long, 30 feet underground. At the end of it, which you're just getting through right now, is a steel blast door with what Israel says is a hole through which gunners can shoot. That's all we know at this point. They have not found the smoking gun, they say, for this command post or command center that they say is beneath Al-Shifa. They say they're still searching there. It's a 6th day in a row. They're still working on finding additional evidence. In addition to that video they put out that showed that hostages appear to have been brought to the hospital by armed gunmen. But they tell us that their presence in the hospital is going to last for a long time. Kira.
And we're looking at that video right there that you just referenced that the IDF said is proof that these Hamas terrorists were actually taking these individuals as hostages right there within the hospital. Matt Gutman, appreciate all your reporting, of course.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.